Let us purchase 2 first-class tickets, please, to Dubai.
Dubai.
We need to get to the Dubai Film Festival. We've got a short sub-doc about the plight of the Iraqi people who live in Beverly Hills.
Okay, well, I have one flight left out to Dubai.
Jesus.
We're still coming through the speakers.
Jesus. We is still coming through the speakers.
We still. Nope, not anymore.
We ain't coming through the speakers anymore.
Skipper's disturbed. Skipper is disturbed.
Ooh, ah! Sorry. Somebody says disturbed. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it. Ooh, ah! Okay, welcome to episode motherfucking 15 or 16.
Oh,
Pretty sure it's 15, though. I'm
Whichever
going to
one
say
it is.
75% sure it's 15. 25% goes to maybe 16.
I feel like 15 is a cool number. 15 is a cool.
I feel like we would know that.
That's the only reason I would lead towards either 14 or 16 because I feel like 15 is a big
14's done.
We did do 14.
We did.
Okay,
So,
well maybe this is 15.
15, baby.
Well, I wish we'd make a bigger deal about this, but you know what? If there's one thing you could say about our podcast, it is understated to the point where,
Just two white friends talking about white shit.
watch it.
That's right. That's what you need. Another point of view. Just like everybody else. Let's talk about Star Wars and fucking
We don't. I don't know what we
Yeti
talk
coolers
about.
and whatnot.
You ever been asked what we talk about on our podcast? What do you guys talk about?
Shit and piss.
I'm like, I don't know. You just dick around.
like children.
Yeah. You talk about whatever. You plan it out? No. Should you plan it out? Probably.
Probably.
But you know what's funny? Every once in a while, I'll be walking around. And, I'm like, oh, that's a wonderful idea for the podcast. So I just put together a little podcast.
Have you been recognized?
No. Actually, yeah. My mom was like, "Do you have a podcast?" It's the one you sent me, right? No. The one I don't listen to.
What's the thing you keep on sending me? It's like, Mom, you got to click on it.
You know what? I've lost, I believe, 2 people for mentioning them in not the best light.
You pissed off people?
Very, very, very close people.
Aw.
Matt, who will not listen to this anymore, because we teased him about something in like episode 2.
Are you serious?
Yes, he will not listen to this anymore. And whatever it was I'm sure
Matt
mild.
wanted to be a part of it too. Remember, he's like, he wants to come for an
No,
episode.
not that Matt. My Matt.
Yeah.
No, that's not the Matt who ever wanted to be a part of this. The other Matt wanted to be a part of this.
I thought it
Brady.
was-
No, he didn't want to be a part of this.
See, that's the problem with fucking Matts, man. There's too many.
Want to be, don't want to be. Make
There's
up
too
your
many of
mind,
you.
Matts of the world.
It's just like Ryan's. It's too goddamn many.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You gotta change your name, Ryan. Something cool.
I
man.
thought about it.
This is the day
Oh,
and age
no, I
of
didn't.
changing your fucking.
You know what's
Name.
funny? My dad, his whole family calls him by his middle name.
What's your
For
middle
what-
name?
Well, my middle name's Scott. My dad's middle name is also
That's
Scott.
awful.
I'm like, I don't want to be a Scott.
No, Scott's such.
I've
a
known
douche
a few
name.
Scotts. I liked one of them, but he was kind of a booger. But I liked him. And
Do
the
you
other
know
one
one?
was kind
Do you
of
know
a piece
one
of shit.
child named Scott? I've never met a child named Scott.
No, that name had one chance. One chance, and I think mothers and fathers around the world were like, not again.
I've never
No
met
more
anybody like under the age of 40 named Scott.
No,
I feel like.
because again, it got one. I feel like there are some names that make that generational comeback. You know?
I take that back. I had a friend named Scott, but I didn't know
Well,
him.
that's pretty
He was
much
still
40,
in
by
his-
the way.
He was 20 something. I think by the time I knew him.
Okay, but still,
So
now he's about
he's grown.
40.
He's grown. He's
yeah,
definitely 40.
there's still no new Scots. There's no baby Scots out there.
There's no new Scots. Nobody's
Yeah.
naming their children Scots.
No, again, it had its chance. We produced 0
Plural.
good Scots, and
Scots.
so they're like, we can't fuck around with Scott anymore.
Yeah, the only
You know.
the only Scott I fuck around with is Scott toilet paper.
Cheap ass
It's
toilet
cheap
paper.
as fuck, man. Your finger goes right through it.
Yep.
But
You know what? You ever wipe your ass and you're like, you look at the sink and you look at your hand, you smell your finger, you're like, "No, I'm good." You just go out the door.
Oh,
Neither do
that's
I.
the first thing I do. Like,
Okay.
if I'm unsure if there's poop on my finger,
Yeah.
I'm gonna smell it.
Hey, sniffy, like clean, good to go.
And that's what everybody in the world does.
If you wipe your ass and your finger with toilet paper and your finger does not smell, there is not a chance in hell you got any stinky, like,
No, if you
you
got
got no
one-
poo on your finger.
If
There's no unstinky poo that you could have gotten on your finger that's just
It's
somehow
like, you know when you
bypassing-
smell your finger and it's got a little bit of fun? That's shit.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a particle of shit.
Yeah, but you know, if you wipe your ass, you smell your fingers, and there's zero poo smell, you made zero contact with your asshole. Your
You're
fingers
good.
are completely clean. They're as clean as when you came into the bathroom.
That's why, I don't know if this is just like a fat person thing, but sometimes you feel like it's all sweaty up in between your cheeks, and you got to check yourself, make sure,
Just
something-
randomly?
Like, you just be like, it feels like, or maybe you
You mean
farted,
when you-
and you're
you're
like,
talking about,
it
do
was
you-
close, and
You're not just using your finger, you're wiping.
like, I don't know if I have a sweaty asshole and I just felt the moisture of my sweaty asshole, or was that something coming out?
I know, but
liquid.
what I'm asking is when you go to check, it's not just a straight finger check. You go to the bathroom and you wipe your ass real quick, right?
I don't necessarily. No, I don't wipe my ass. Just finger check.
Wow.
I mean, if it's ballsy, I'm just saying I've done this enough where most of the time we're good. At this point.
It's not poop.
It's not.
I don't believe you at all.
No, I don't shit. I'm not like you. That fucking you have a problem.
I do have a problem. There's a 0% chance that if I have a questionable situation downstairs and I decide to put a finger down there as a tester, it's going to 100 out of 100 smell like poop. My finger. Never mind. If I would
I'm
put
telling you, that's not. I mean,
if you stuck your finger in your
smells
ass
like
right now
poop.
and scratch your asshole,
it
you
shouldn't
think
smell like poop, like
well,
straight
I
poop.
fart a lot. I
You're
fart a
shitting
lot.
yourself.
Jamie recently
That's
kind of
not farting.
confronted me.
You're letting gas. I think you have. Maybe you got like a problem with your sphincter or something.
I know
It's
I
a little
do.
Weak. You got a
I
weak
know I
sphincter.
do. I don't know what the cause is, but I know I do. Jamie recently confronted me. Oh, it's because she was complaining about me farting all the time because I fart all the time because I can't help it. And I was like, this is gonna be a special night, Jamie, for you. So I go into my drawer where there's like 4 Gas X pills left, and I took one. She's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "Gas X." She's like, "Why do you have Gas X?" I'm like, "I used to take this before we went on dates." She's like, "So you lied to me this whole time?" She signed a contract and the details were not made clear. She thought I was not a big farter, but I lied. I was drugging
You're
myself.
just fucking taking gas.
I was taking Gas X, and then I was like, I think she's in love with me, and I have not taken a Gas
If
X pill
anything,
since
if anything,
before
she
the other
should
night.
be very appreciative.
Sort of. I'm sure she'd appreciate it if I kept
I
taking
did this
it.
shit for you.
Yeah, but I stopped. I stopped because I
Well,
realized
actually, you did it for you, just so you could get
to get her. Yeah.
get some of the puss.
Yeah. And once I got her locked in, I was like, don't need these anymore. Actually, the only other time I took Gas X is when we did jujitsu. And I started feeling bad because we'd go wrestle and I'd be farting the entire time we were rolling with someone or I was rolling with someone. And I was like, this is just not fair. This is like a secret weapon. And I feel like this and I felt bad. I was nervous.
90% of the time you shit yourself.
No, I'm not shitting myself. I'm sure a little bit drips out, but
What's
like
the percentage?
honestly, I'd say like 10%. 5-10%.
So 1 out of 10 times. So
Yeah, but I fart 50 times
for
a
a
day,
person
so
that
I shit
farts a
myself 5 times a day.
exactly. Damn, man. So that's a real problem, and you're not. I mean, you're
Do
laughing,
nothing
but
about
I think
it.
it's true.
Do nothing about it. But I have zero stomach pain, zero indigestion, zero bloating. I have zero of the things that would be like a symptom alongside that symptom for a bigger issue. So I just swallow too much air. That's all it is.
That's fucking retarded.
It's true. It's true. Coming from no science. Actually, no. My doctor buddy said that's what he thinks it was.
Swallowing air. I mean, I'm sure if when you talk a lot, you're like, and you're inhaling.
Yeah.
That you're.
Where's
I
it
mean, I
going?
feel like
You think
burping right now.
100%
Just
of
doing
my
it.
air, just like food? Well, actually,
But
that is the case with
that's
food.
for like burps and shit. But farting, I don't know about farting and swallowing air being a thing.
I just swallow my air real hard. It shoots it so far down into my
I mean, if
body.
that was true, I'd be fucking blowing smoke rings out my asshole.
Well, you clearly have your body's able to, kind of manage that process.
Yeah, but your lungs and your asshole aren't fucking tied together.
No, but That's what I'm saying. It's almost like you see here water going down the wrong pipe, which apparently is impossible, by the way. That isn't a thing.
It's instead of
Just air is going down the wrong pipe.
Air, like you got a fucking hole somewhere with instead of the going into your lungs.
There's a bit seeping. Yeah, I'm just filled full of air. Yeah,
in through your stomach, through the stomach acid, all the way through your fucking your intestines.
Yeah,
and then through your colon.
Yeah,
and then out your sphincter. That's not
Yeah,
your doctor.
I'm pretty sure 10% of my air goes out my ass.
I think your doctor buddy might be lying.
Maybe it's always when I'm out of breath.
You might want
to. He's doing surgery. I don't want to put his name out there because what if they pull his? If they find this out, they might pull his. Whatever doctor card.
Who's gonna find out?
I know. One of the 11 might actually be on like some board somewhere.
At that point, we don't care because we're gonna be rich.
We made it. That's true. That's true.
All right, so what has been going on in the world that we, probably should talk about on the podcast? Perhaps.
Well, Jamie asked me recently if people ever try to make like a human animal hybrid. And it's definitely happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've gotten on like the brink so many times.
They've tried to have apes and shit, mate with.
Yeah, I guess they've like gotten monkeys and humans pregnant with the other side, but that it just dies, they believe, or they were told, in childbirth. And then they've made...
But you think they hid that shit and they've created a secret fucking race?
I'm not going to say a full race, but I think they probably had one baby and maybe didn't live very long, but one for a second. And I know they were growing human organs inside pigs, I believe. They made they grew a human ear on a mouse. I saw a picture of that one. That was weird.
Well, apparently, if you're doing transplants and things like that, they can use pig organs.
Yeah.
And what they do is they kind of strip the pig organ of its, DNA and everything like that. So it's just what they call the scaffolding of it, and they can basically inject it with the
make it like you're an O negative organ, and that's what flows through you.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. If you get a heart transplant or you're getting arteries changed around, that's big.
I know we've all seen that fucking picture, and I'm always just like, poor fucking.
Yeah, why?
Why? They're like, look what we did.
We did it. It's like you're getting money for all the types of wrong reasons. Go solve something.
Yeah. Can he hear out of it?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
That shit's wild, dude.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't think anything in the world's happened.
Maybe
Nothing.
that'll be like a fashion statement style, like the ultra rich people will grow extra ears and shit. Be like,
ooh, interesting.
Got extra ears, more piercings, right?
Interesting. Well, I don't know. I think
if you can grow extra ears, we can do extra dicks too.
Two dicks? I don't know if I've got enough blood in my body for two dicks. Like harden up two dicks.
That would be a problem. You would have to have super high blood pressure for the two dicks.
You would, yeah, Conley. You shorten your life by 20 years, but you get two penises.
Yeah, but you have two dicks.
Yeah.
Twice the fun.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, you're living twice the life, baby. Shit.
Oh, dude. So I went just the other day. I went shooting with my in-laws and it was a bunch of their friends in the butt crack of Victorville, which is already a butt crack, Victorville. And this guy, all I knew is that no one in this group, just someone knew, owned a patch of land, like 10 acres, and he just had a couple like motor homes basically on his property where you can come stay.
Yeah.
And in his backyard, you just shoot. He just had like a little station and just a big ass giant hill. It's the deserts. It's like just nothing. And they just have like random shit out there and you can just shoot it.
Yeah.
And so I get there and, it's the typical what you'd picture desert kind of white trashy kind of setup, like random, just a refrigerator on the ground, broken down cars and shit just scattered around, just kind of
tinfoil meth pipes everywhere.
Yeah, a little trashy looking, broken down, prefab home. And then we're walking around and we got there and there was another group there, right? They were not supposed to be there when we got there. And
they weren't supposed to be there?
Well, they just weren't. They were supposed to have left.
You weren't expecting
at that point. Oh, okay. Her parents knew that there's another group there before us. And I was like, and I thought it was all of Jamie's family's friends because they were all Filipino. And I was like, wow, that's a fucking huge group of friends they got out here.
Yeah.
And then like 45 minutes in, they're like, they haven't, don't mind them. They're leaving soon. I was like, who's leaving? I'm like, your friends? They're like, we don't know any of them. I'm like, you don't know. And I just assumed, oh, they're also a giant group of Filipinos shooting.
They're Filipino too. You must know.
Well, it's the setting. We're in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of guns, and they're all also Filipino. And dude, Filipinos roll with Filipinos. Okay, I mean, it just is. You go to these parties, all their friends that show up to every single event are all Filipinos. Mm-hmm. So I'm not just being like, oh, you guys only hang out with they do only hang out with Filipinos. It's a real thing. This family, okay? And so when we got there, and there was like literally 30 Filipinos that are shooting guns, I was like, oh, it must be your friends, because why else would they be out here in the widest part of California? No, but I just assumed. Scary? And then I find out the owner of the house is also Filipino. And I told Jamie, I'm like, you realize, Jamie, that if we came here and these were all white people, you would think white trash. Mm-hmm. White trash, hillbillies, right? Just in, again, Victorville, just in the middle of nowhere with a ton of guns, and there's just broken down miscellaneous kitchen items. As far as the eye can see, you would think hillbillies, white trash. But no, it's a bunch of relatively wealthy Filipinos out there with a lot of guns. And I was like, this is just not what you'd picture. It just isn't,
So did you shoot any of those guns?
Oh, I shot a bunch of them. I shot a bunch of, I don't know what the difference is between a rifle with a scope and a sniper. I really don't, but a rifle with a scope. It was kind of cool because people had set out metal targets. 300-400 yards away up on these hills. Yeah. And so I got one of the guys next to me with like the spotter, with because when you shoot, the fucking whole lens just pops up in the air. So you have no idea. You lose sight of the target. Yeah. And so he's there to tell me if I hit it or not. But it's one of those things like in a video game, straight up, where you get the crosshairs, but you can't aim at the target. You got to aim based on the notches, like an inch up to the left.
Wait, so there's a poor guy downrange?
No, he's behind me with
it. Hit the target. Don't go. Don't wait. Hold.
I know. He's like, too close. No, it's a guy next to me with binoculars. And, but yeah, it was doing that. And then a couple of the guys there were competitive shooters. So they had set up stations to where they had like 4 cardboard torso-sized targets on one side, and the other side in metal discs, and you would get timed. You have to double tap in the chest the 4 targets, run over to the other station, reload them between the next station, shoot like a John Wick kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It was fun.
That sounds awesome, man.
It was definitely very, it's expensive. I mean, thank God I know a bunch of people with guns.
Shooting guns is fun, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I don't care who you are. I mean, that's just like...
It's a bit of a thrill, man.
It's
Skeet
always
shooting.
fun shooting guns. It was fun, shooting super soakers when you were a fucking kid.
Yeah, just multiply that by 10s.
That shit's fun as hell.
Yeah, it's
Hurts
just
a little bit.
Yeah. And the
real
skeet
guns
shooting
are super fun until you shoot your friend,
and that's less fun. Yeah. We were doing skeet shooting, and I won't say accidentally, but for some reason the shotgun, you would load it, underneath. And then for some reason, and more often than not, I guess if you had fired your last shot, and the thing was still in there, you had to pull the trigger before you could pump it for the next round to go in when you loaded it. Mm-hmm. So every time I went up there, I'd load the rounds in, and then you can't even pump it. You can't shoot until you pull the trigger, goes click, and then you can pump out the old round and in the new. And so this is like my second to last time I'm out there. I put the rounds in. I pull it. Bam! Just shoots. It hurt Dad. I fucking blasted right into the fence. I was never pointing it near anyone. Like I always point it in a safe location just on the off chance. But I freaked out like 5 people who thought that
Jesus. Let me reload this. Bam!
Yeah. Technically, I did accidentally fire the gun, but I didn't accidentally pull the trigger.
Jesus. And that's how people get killed.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. For sure.
Motherfuckers.
For sure. I totally played it cool.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure everybody was getting drunk too while they were doing it.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Yeah, I had a beer with me the entire time.
Of course, that's what you do when you
go can't do that at a typical shooting range,
And then you got to get a little inebriated first, man.
It was fun. Hey, by the way, I got on the first station, I beat the competitive shooters in the fastest little round, but then they kicked my ass at everything else. But I got to beat them one time in one of the time trials, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we're fucking ridiculous out here. Just guns and motherfucking liquor and shit.
I was thinking about that, dude. I'm like, man, there are And some of these guns were outrageous, dude. Like an automatic shotgun. I'm like, what the fuck? The guy breaks into your house. There's nothing left of him by the time you pull that trigger. I mean, bap, 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 bap. It was crazy. And I'm seeing all the little video game Call of Duty attachments, like the combat speed pump, little triangle thing. And it's just like, and the guys, I don't know. It's just funny because I'm like, you got like 25 guns. And I just worked in Ohio with a bunch of people from like the Midwest or Mid-East, technically, in the South. And they're showing me pictures of their gun room. I'm like, they're like, we're ready. I'm like, to arm the entire town?
The gun room.
I'm like, you can't even take this all with you if shit hits the fan. Like,
y'all need to stop being ready.
It's too many guns.
Stop being ready because you are probably the problem.
Well, one of the guys I was with, he stole. He says every hotel.
Like they're living in The Walking Dead, man.
I know. Which, to be honest, would you not necessarily zombies, but would you really be surprised if in our lifetime shit hits the fan so bad, like the fucking power grid goes out? And,
it's a possibility.
And for like,
I think more than ever now, everybody knows that shit's a pot. We've all seen every movie, every iteration, doomsday preppers. There's a whole generation just of like, from the, 2000s, people just obsessed with that.
Well, that's just, and there's an entire part of the country who just naturally, because of where they live and how they live, are
2012. Fucking.
I
remember just the hype around the fucking end of the world.
No, it didn't start with 2012. It started with 2000, dude. It started with 2000.
They've always been a year.
There's always another doomsday.
Yeah.
So. But I'm like, just naturally, people like us, not all of California, like where we are, utterly unprepared for shit to hit the fan. We're utterly unprepared for it.
The computers are good. There's too many zeros, and we don't know what to fucking do.
What was the concern, though? Was that the internet, the power would go out?
Understand anything?
I'm like, what was supposed to break down, though? Like, what was supposed to stop working?
It's going to turn to year zero. We're going to just fucking implode into nothing. And then it was just like, oh, it's fine.
We're good.
Oh.
Imagine the amount of money spent, though. See, that's where, like, if you're, like, a smart marketer or at least salesperson, you get ahead of that curve. You start selling those, like, survival bunkers and shit. Well, the one guy I was working with, he steals all the toilet paper from all the hotels he goes to. He just packs it all back home. He's like, I was like, for what? He's like, you never know what might happen. I'm like, so what do you have, like an entire basement full of toilet paper?
I mean, I get stealing toilet paper and shit.
That's the least you're concerned.
I used to work at restaurants who just go in there and steal fucking roll toilet paper from the restaurant.
Really? I've never stolen toilet paper. I just never felt like that was what was going to be an issue for me.
You never had to steal toilet paper, obviously.
No, worst case scenario, just jump in the shower. Just wash your ass.
You got fucking weird ass.
I don't want to do this, but I'm like,
yeah, you do.
What's the alternative?
You do it, and don't act like you don't have a choice, because you do.
What's the choice?
I don't know. Wipe your ass regular and.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're talking about stealing toilet paper. That is you are preparing.
Shower and just
look it.
Connect the fucking dots here. You got issues when it comes to
the poop. Listen.
Jamie, what does he do in the bathroom? What are you doing in there?
You are planning. If you're stealing toilet paper, that is not an action based on like immediate needs, right? It's not like that's the so like if you're in the bathroom and you have no toilet paper, you're fucked in that moment. So if you're going and stealing toilet paper from the restaurant, you're planning ahead,
bro.
Right? If you can plan that far ahead, just go buy toilet paper.
I'm flat fucking broke. And I was like, shit, I need to go to the gas station to get toilet paper, or that's $3. Or I can steal this motherfucking toilet paper, and then I can use my $3 to get,
What, blunts?
Maybe blunts, right? Blunts. I could buy some alcohol.
So it's a priorities thing. Because there's no way you could not afford toilet paper and live. Like, if you can't afford a roll of toilet paper, you can't afford literally anything else.
I've been in a situation where I had shit. I got nothing. I mean, pennies.
Shower. Just jump in the shower. Poop and jump in the shower.
So
it's so much easier.
Yeah. I ain't asking my mom for motherfucking money.
Not for toilet paper. No.
She'd be like, what? You need toilet paper?
She'd be like, go steal it from a restaurant. Duh.
Hey, man. It starts from somewhere.
See, I've only, what have I stolen in my life? I think a couple items from a grocery store, and more so because like I forgot to check it out, at the cashier, like when they have you pay, and I noticed it as I was leaving, and they just didn't catch me, or like a lemon or something like that. But I think that's the extent of it of things I've ever stolen. I know Jamie's actually stolen quite a bit more than me. She has like hidden klepto, mentality, like her sister. Not to put them on spot. In the past, they've grown up.
You're just digging a hole, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm already locked in, baby. We married.
Ain't nobody gonna listen to this motherfucking podcast.
We
anymore.
married.
Fuck you, Matt. Fuck you, Jamie.
I think it's more common than you think. People stealing shit and not feeling too many types of way about it. You know,
depends. People steal shit for different reasons. Most time, people steal shit because they ain't got nothing and they need to steal something.
I don't know if that's true.
Absolutely, is true.
Look,
You're
all
a
I'm
fool. You're
saying,
a fool if you think otherwise. You think they do it just because it's a thrill? I think a lot of people, probably
yes.
most your petty.
I'm not saying most people
is like that.
I'm saying in the experience of people in my life,
yeah,
all of them have stolen because they just didn't want to pay. Not because
most people have stolen something.
They're not, and I'll tell you this: none of them stole fucking bread and diapers. They stole
candy bar.
They stole clothing, and not because they needed it, because they wanted it.
Your basic needs. I'm just saying because you don't have shit to a point where basically that starts looking like a better option because you ain't got nothing.
Let me ask you something: have you stolen more things in your life because it was like a necessity and you needed it? Or because you just wanted it and didn't want to pay. Or didn't have the money but didn't need it.
I'm just saying, I've been broke to the point where you start thinking crazy shit.
I'm not saying that's not a thing, by the way. I think that's probably the majority. Probably.
You don't even know. You don't know. Because
you don't know either.
I'm telling you, I've been in situations and it's like, oh yeah, I guess I could. But it's not like my parents had, much. I mean, and if I asked my mom to borrow anything, it was like, the end of the fucking world. So
yeah.
I've been broke to a point. I mean, I had fucking Salvation Army pay my light bill.
I know. I tell people Salvation Army is real.
But you kind of get to a point and be like, what if I just take this old lady's my fucking purse? It's like, and just seriously, you kind of get to a point where you're that desperate. And obviously, you haven't been there.
But what I'm asking, there's a difference between I'm going to steal this money because I got no money and I can't afford my bills versus I'm going to steal this CD.
The thing is,
because I ain't got no money and I want the CD.
Stealing is also, I think, addictive too. So people that do steal,
when you're successful,
it's for the thrill of it.
Again, especially if you're, I think it's the same mindset as like people who commit fraud. Like it's along the same lines. Whereas like it's like it's like a crime of ego. Not necessarily. I'm saying when you get away with it enough times, you're like, it's almost like the gambler who has the system. Yeah. If you start stealing a bunch of shit and you're like, I'm not getting caught. I'm like, it's like you're like, I am good at this. I can do this. Why would I pay if I can just get it for free?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying this is the majority of people. I'm just saying anecdotally, the people I know who have stolen multiple times do it because they fucking just want the thing, don't want to pay for it, and they think they're good at it.
And that's all white dudes in Valencia.
No, they're not. They're actually Filipino.
They grew up in Valencia?
I think they grew up in the valley, but now they live in. I don't know when their crimes took place. These high crimes. I don't know if they might have been in Valencia. So obviously the needs weren't there, right? They didn't have money. They still didn't have money. When you're young, you don't have money. It's your parents' money. They're not going to buy you shit. Are you not broke?
Theft, like just small things. I think most people probably steal that shit because they steal that shit for fun. I think everybody fucking, usually fucking steals something. Whether it's maliciously or just like, I'm going to take this candy bar.
Yeah.
Or it's just like Ryan, just be like, I'm just a regular, tall, good-looking white guy, and I'm going to eat the shit out of the, the container at Sprouts. And nobody's going to say anything because I'm so charming. Right? So I think everybody does it to some degree, and I think,
I'll say I steal from the government because I don't. I definitely do not cheat on my taxes.
Man,
I'm an idiot.
Bro, you're
I'm kidding. This is all a joke.
You're talking shit about Jamie and the government?
Hey, man, I'm on fire today. Ask me questions. I'll be so honest. I'm feeling squirrely.
So you've been going to church, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think of Jesus?
How do I think of Jesus? I think
like,
Jesus
on
is
a scale
wonderful. I
of
love
1 to
Jesus.
10, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus is a 10. Ain't nobody should have any negative thoughts about Jesus. You could have negative thoughts about religion. You could have negative thoughts about how the church turns Jesus'
What
words, how
about-
they use it as a weapon. But against Jesus himself, what's he ever said to make anyone feel bad? You know, you can tell he says nothing about gay people. At no point is he anything negative about gay people.
Black?
I think he was a very dark brown. I mean, he could have been. I mean, black. He's from fucking Middle East.
So
Why
you
would
don't,
he be
you don't
black?
think he was?
No, I think he was Middle Eastern. He was Jewish. He was
What if his skin was like really, really dark?
like how Indians can be really, really dark.
What if he was black?
I mean, I guess that's possible. I have nothing against that. I don't think he's white. He definitely did not look European. I doubt he was black. I'm assuming he looked. I don't think there was honestly, I do not think that the Middle East was.
What if Jesus raped one person?
You know what? They were probably possessed. It's getting the demons out. It's getting the demons out.
Oh, he was getting the demons out?
Yeah.
That's
How do
why-
you get demons out? Don't
that's
be
why-
naive.
That's why Jesus raped that person?
I'm just saying, don't assume. Because it makes an ass out of you and Jesus.
I'm just saying,
do
don't
that.
assume motherfuckers ain't raping people. Because those
What
people
are
are
you
probably
talking about?
raping people.
No.
Now what you think of Jesus on a scale of 1 to 10?
9.5, bitch.
It's going down.
Minimal impact.
Minimal impact. I'm just kidding. Jesus is great. I heard, he seems like he fucking, like he's a super cool guy.
Yeah, he likes to party.
Let's party.
You know? Again, I'm like, I just find it so, it just kills me. I'm just like, most of the people who, like anything, once information is provided, just like people, will turn anything into a weapon for their own advantage.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about religion.
Oh.
What people do with religion. And I'm like, how people pick and choose
But isn't
verses
it
or words.
ultimately what you really believe? See, that's where I kind of like, I see religion being used for a bunch of different shit, but do you really, 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 really believe that stuff?
I think that, wait, what stuff? All the stuff? I'm pretty.
Or you, or is that, because I feel like that's the consensus. I feel like it's like, the just the base model, like the basic religion model is what I'm going for. It's like, be good to thy neighbor and whatever the fuck. And
Yeah,
then-
I think they're wonderful. It's
but at its foundation, it's kind of like believing those stories are true.
all of them.
I don't know.
Honestly, I
do?
try not to
What are
think
we
about it
doing
that
here?
much. I don't even say I bury my head in the sand at all. But I'll just be like, you know what? What do I get from this? What am I getting from this? And for me, the majority of what I feel like I legitimately take from it, like on a here and now basis, not on a investment for the future, kind of mentality, is it's like it's an introspective experience where I learn to, think about things that people I think a lot of times don't think about. They're like weekly therapy sessions. And I truly believe that, you could go to therapy, but I feel like, you could better speak on this.
I think religion does. It's a group. You got a group aspect to things. That's good for people.
You just gotta be very cautious. Very cautious.
Well, the thing is, it's like there's always going to be wolves in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
And religion is a fucking easy where grown creepy ass men can act like they're fucking.
I know, but
They're like, I just love your child just because of Jesus. He reminds me of Jesus. Be like, you need to get the fuck away from that kid.
get away from Timothy. Those creepy ass men are in fucking everything. They're in the Boy Scouts. They start random
just
cults
saying-
where they have everyone kill themselves. Like creepy ass men are in every avenue in this world.
I'm just saying, just religion is to me it's a tool, and
I
I think for the majority of it is used. Like, I think the structures of religion are in the institutions.
Yeah.
Are just used for, somebody's fucking personal gain or benefit. I think people.
I think it can be, yeah,
look
definitely.
at Catholicism. Why
Well,
are
Catholicism-
all of them fucking the kids?
Cath-
They're all fucking the kids.
I do think Catholicism is like the biggest industry of religion that exists, maybe besides like Scientology.
But now you see Christianity just used left and right. whether it's just the shit you see on TV and these motherfuckers selling packets, like ketchup packets of holy water and shit for like $5. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
that's a scam. That's a fucking
marketing
scam. Of course it is.
It's just like.
But then again, I think most people don't take the time to actually
And
do
then
little.
people use it to. Politicians use it to fucking just push their stupid motherfucking bullshit agendas.
Oh, I agree with
and
that.
shit.
Like Trump. It's like, get the
Yeah,
fuck
come
out of
on.
here, Trump.
Exactly.
And for any person
And
who's
everybody,
religious.
and then all the Christian people are just like going all in on it, and that's where I get so mad. I was just
No,
like,
I get
you
that.
all.
Don't be
Hypocrites.
suckered.
You're
Don't be
hypocrites.
dumpy suckered.
You're because
Well,
they know what the fuck it is.
But then at the
I
same
don't
time,
believe
do
the
they
suckers
care?
think. They know what it is.
No, maybe not. But maybe they think, I don't give a shit if this guy actually believes, which I highly doubt he does, right? I think they're thinking, I don't give a shit if this guy believes.
exactly.
If he
They don't
is
fucking
going to
care.
progress or push what we believe,
Yeah.
regardless of his own personal beliefs, I don't give a shit. As long as he is promoting what we think will support him. So I do understand that. I would be shocked if someone who is like vehemently religious was to think that Trump was that way. It's like, that is ridiculous. That is naive. Like, look at him, his lifestyle, what he does, how he treats people. He is the least Christian person on this planet. Maybe not
And
the least
his
Christian person
whole
on this
life
planet.
has been broadcast to the American public for fucking 30 fucking
There's
years.
so much evidence. Like, what are you doing?
the hell's the
So
matter
again,
with you people?
I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the religious people
Okay,
who
that's
love
what-
Trump and just say that they just believe that he is going to promote their ideals, regardless of what he believes. He's going to push their,
just like
positions.
he gave Black Jesus the benefit of the doubt.
what do I know?
Just like that.
Sure.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
What? What are we talking about? What are you talking about?
Wait, let me take a quick little smoke break. Are you smoking? Are you
I think
It's
I'm just done
November.
smoking
You can do
weed.
whatever.
No, I think I'm just done smoking weed. I like drinking way more. I'm just so much more in control of myself until I piss myself and throw up in the bed. No, I'm kidding. I never do that.
I mean, if I had problems shitting myself like you do,
I gotta say though, for how many times I've been drunk in my life, I have never had a piss myself, shit myself while drunk.
that's
Piss myself, shit myself while drunk. Or
you've never pissed your pants
in my life? No, I'm saying while drunk. These are things
while drunk.
Never.
You never passed out.
Never.
Pissed your pants at
Never.
night?
Never pissed myself, shit myself, or thrown up like in bed on the
How
in
many
that kind of setting.
times? So
I'm
no,
like
no. We're not gonna let this slide, buddy.
I'm not
So
lying.
when you get fucked up, what do you do? What did you do for the longest time? You get fucked up.
I go
where do you go?
turn the bath on. I get in the bath.
And you sit there in the water.
Yeah.
How do you know if you didn't piss yourself? You probably pissed yourself plenty of times, but you're soaking fucking wet because you're in the fucking bathtub. You would never know.
Well, that's ridiculous. Because what am I? I say I piss myself every time I take a shower.
I'm just saying one of those.
Because
times,
100 out of 100 times I take a shower. 99 out of 100 times I take a shower. I piss in the shower. So I'm always peeing myself. No,
So I'm just saying
no,
there's
no.
a good chance you were
No.
passed out drunk in the shower, pissed yourself.
I don't think so.
And didn't know.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying it's a strong.
It is possible, but
I'll give you the benefit.
I'm sure
of the
I
doubt.
enjoyed it. Like I knew it was going to happen. I enjoyed it. That's my thought.
There is a. Wait a second. Well, you did it. Didn't you say you were driving in the car, and you had to, you couldn't stop, and you just pissed yourself in the car?
I mean,
Is
I've
that you that did that?
no.
Oh, okay.
I've let a little urine out in attics when I'm working in an attic.
That's crazy.
I'd be like, what am I gonna do? I gotta
Because if you let a little out, I find that's really hard.
Oh, you got to work on your Kegels, player.
Kegels,
You got to
yeah.
work on your Kegels.
Yeah, I got to work on the.
Can you do it right now?
Huh?
Can you do it? Do it.
Do you see the expression on my face when I do it?
Oh, I need 100% focus when I do it.
I can do it. I can
I'm doing it right
say a
now.
whole sentence.
I've done
I'm
15
doing it
already.
right now. Really?
Yeah, actually, it's making me gotta pee. It works both ways.
Here, we'll see how many butthole clenches we can
No,
do.
you shouldn't have to butthole clench.
No, I know what it is. I feel it.
You're
It's kinda
squeezing
like-
from your
it's
asshole.
like
That's
when
not a
you-
Kegel.
Yeah. No, it's like
All right,
it's my
let's do
balls.
this.
Ready? I'll see how.
No,
many
wait.
you can
10
do.
seconds. 10 seconds. Set your timer. We're gonna see how many Kegels you can do in 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure I'm a 1 Kegel per second kind of guy, but let me see if I can't.
Bro, you about to get fucked the fuck
All right, this
up,
is pure honesty here. You can't be. Neither of us are gonna lie.
Bro, you're gonna be so fucked up.
I'm ready to go. Just let me know when to go. Are we? When
I'm
you
gonna
say
say-
ready,
I'm gonna
set.
count it out loud.
But is it on go? Press start.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready, set, go. We both start Kegeling. Okay.
Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stop
6,
counting.
7, 8.
You fucked up.
I gotta set a timer.
No, just fucking look at the stopwatch.
I did 20.
Well, I couldn't keep track because you were counting. You were throwing off my Kegeling. But you know what's funny? For the first 7, I was pretty quick. But then towards the end, I was holding them a little bit longer for some reason. I think if you really hit 20 in 10 seconds, you definitely beat me. Unless you're just squeezing your asshole, in which case you're a cheater.
Feeling it, man. I'm feeling it.
Yeah?
I'm really good at this. I think I found my super.
I've become a master of... Not a master. Apparently,
seconds?
you are the master.
10 seconds?
10 seconds. Don't count out loud. Just tell me when to stop.
Okay. On your mark. Get set. Go. $27.
27! I got 20. You fucker.
Booyah,
Wow.
bitches! I'm the Kegel champion.
Well, then you should be able to freaking, make a music to your urine flow. Stop, hear the splashing. Because, that's basically how...
I can get all the speeds like...
Yeah. Speed Kegel. Speed Kegel!
Speed Kegel.
I wonder if that has any effect on, impregnating someone. If you can,
I think you get...
instead of, one...
prostate cancer
Instead
or
of
something.
one shotgun blast of sperm, you Kegel it like a machine gun.
Well, it feels like a muscle in there, so I feel like if the more you fucking...
No, it is.
I wonder if it, will swell up. If you fucking worked at it every day, be like, Kegel all fucking
No,
day.
so you're supposed to be able to Kegel from... You're supposed to be able to, if you were having sex and you're about to come, you just Kegel that jizz back. You just fucking hold that Kegel till you're done.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a fucking,
I wonder if you can, make it so fucking strong, you could just sit there and just be like, bah! Just bust nuts.
No, I think it goes the other way. It stops.
You can only
it stops the
hold
flow.
busting them.
Yeah, you only create dams. You do not create doorways.
I'm just saying, what kind of doorways can we open?
I think all that
With
happens is
this
that the base of your
Kegeling
penis becomes
working out
unnaturally thick.
techniques. There's got to be some super secret fucking Illuminati fucking kung fu shit that we unlocked.
Like I said, you can machine gun your jizz when you're having sex.
Machine gun it.
Yeah,
I go
or your single shots versus a shotgun blast, which is what we have, right? I mean, I think we're just
It just goes.
It
I
just
guess
goes.
I can try to stop it.
yeah. Good luck with that.
Men been trying to do that for years.
Yeah, there are classes on it, and none of them work.
That's like grandma.
Oh, dude. I'm just I'll be just looking. I'm like, oh, that's a wall. And I start counting things on the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, chair, dead
Jamie's
kids.
just like, what the fuck?
Cats on ledges. I'm like, the things I've thought of to stop myself is incredible. And you know what? I can almost guarantee you.
She's like, did you just say cats on ledges?
I can guarantee you, there's not a girl on this planet who, I'm sure she can understand probably, but has had to take her mind off of the sex that she's engaged in.
Yes.
So that she doesn't come. That is not a thing. That is a uniquely male thing. What possible reason could a woman have for doing that?
No, they're not holding back at all.
I just don't think women understand that there's this balancing act of trying to not be an asshole by lasting long enough. So it's a mutually beneficial experience. So lasting long enough, but then that also requires to have to not just be totally into what's happening, unless you're just unless you're just the fucking man, and you're just I could just tell my dick when to go. I'm just gonna pump.
I mean, there's moments where I think you can do that, where you can get it out of you, get the demons out, and then go for it again, and be successful. It might take you a little bit,
yeah.
But I think that that happens sometimes, but most of the time it's just I'm done.
Yeah,
it's like you're just burning with these sensations and just lustful feelings, and then it's God.
It's like, who are you? What are you doing? What are you doing here? Get out of here!
You're like, ah!
It's like I'm not attracted to anything anymore. Yeah.
I want some ice cream.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm a different person.
Sex.
3 seconds afterwards.
Dude, sex, ice cream, cigarette, or cigarette ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, y'all. If you don't smoke cigarettes or eat ice cream, that's what you got. Or have sex.
Oh, I got a question. You just that totally made me think of.
Okay.
My grandma. No, I'm just kidding. I was shocked. Shocked. This just shows how out of touch I am with people, the people of the state, for the propositions that came out.
Okay.
I was two things when I read the proposition. Some of them, there's always a few I don't understand at all, and I couldn't even recall them because I just don't remember. One of them was online gambling, or like gambling, that California was illegal to gamble.
That. Yeah,
I
remember
was
commercials.
convinced that people would vote yes, that California can make, of course, fucking adults should be able to gamble wherever they want. That lost by a shitload. That wasn't even close to passing. Wasn't even close. And the other one was flavored vapes and vape juices.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, of course that's going to pass because we're adults and we should be able to do whatever the fuck we want. That also got murdered. That did not even get close to passing. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Is it just because I'm surrounded by too many people, one, who gamble, two, who vape, to where I was out of touch with apparently the majority of the population who were like, for vapes, like, it's the children. The children are smoking these, cherry, cotton candy vapes. I'm like, no, maybe they are, but you know who else is? Every adult I know. Mm-hmm. Every adult I know who vapes is smoking the most ridiculous childlike flavor that there is.
Because they taste the best.
Yes. They don't want to smoke fucking menthol.
Yeah, I want my fucking nicotine to taste like fucking strawberry vanilla puffs.
I'm just like, God damn it. I'm like, who?
That shit pisses me off so much. I'm just like,
it pisses me off too.
They just want, the thing is what the people want to do. They just want to put all the blame on something. And the thing is, it's just like, and then the menthol cigarette thing. Look, I don't understand that one bit. There's not one bit of menthol cigarette, a pack of fucking Newports that says to me that, ooh, candy. There's not one bit of it. So what the fuck? It looks awful.
This is like the mothers.
All.
First off, let me just give credit to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Let me give them credit. They did spectacular things for progressing like crimes or drunk driving and accidents. It's great. But it's like those people.
We're getting mad at mad.
It's those people who created their kid is vaping and they're like, my kid is only vaping because this shit tastes like candy. This shit is directed at kids. It's like, you got to be 21 years old to buy a vape, right? You got to be 21 years old. It's like, it's your fault, parent. Fucking parent better. Don't blame the manufacturers for making a sweet flavored things. I'm like, adults like that shit too. Yeah. Seltzers. All the seltzers out there are fucking kids' juice flavor. And adults are drinking it. So you're going to just make it so all alcohol has to taste like dog shit?
This is the thing that's probably worst, causes more death, family issues, is alcohol. And you can get any flavor alcohol from fucking cereal treat alcohol to fucking to cake, or even like things that are kind of like, they'll have beer that's like advertised by fucking cartoon characters and shit.
That's true. Look at the artwork like on the front of it,
and it's fucking colorful. And
what's funny? I was just in Ohio,
but not that.
No, of course not. Yeah, because I don't know if it's being naive or unrealistic to think that like that's the only reason kids are vaping.
But we want our guns. We want our guns and we want our booze. Well, no, and be like, oh, vaping's the fucking problem.
See, I don't know, because this happened in California, and California's super liberal, so it's just being ignorant. I'm like, you know what kids were doing forever, back before there were flavored vapes? Smoking cigarettes. Those shit, that didn't taste good. Yeah. Cigarettes didn't taste good. It's just the same kids who were vaping now are the same fucking kids who would have probably tried, either would have been smoking weed or smoking cigarettes. Mm-hmm. The ones who are willing to like push the envelope a little bit, try shit they're not supposed to be, willing to risk it a little bit because they're like, fuck it, who cares? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, that's a battle that's going to exist forever, regardless of whether alcohol gets served in baby bottles or in glass bottles that taste like shit. Those same people are going to be willing to risk it. And so I'm like, let people make it a stricter crime. Tell parents to fucking parent better. It's like,
dude, just like I said, just shit's so fucked up it doesn't make any sense. It's like, yeah, but you'll sit there, and if your kid like. You look at these kids, and they're fucking like 100 pounds fucking overweight and shit like that. It's like the kid's going to die before 30.
It's your fault, parent.
I tell you what, the vapor will still be alive.
Yeah.
Okay?
For sure. For sure.
I just like, get your fucking priorities straight.
It's true. Blame who's at fault, or blame where, put the blame where it's supposed to be. Not.
It's just like the world's on fire around them, and it's just like, I don't know, it's like, there's 2% milk, it's ridiculous. It's just like, you're bitching about the wrong thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
People just gotta focus on a thing. And the thing is, I like how people try to act all like it's some altruistic thing. Like we're fighting for our younger generation. And be like,
you know what though?
fuck yourself.
Again,
you're just putting rules in place that are just going to be even more oppressive.
Well, this is what I've always said. I'm like, look, if whether it's the liberal or the conservative mindset, there's one place where they should intersect, and that's like the freedom of things, right? Like conservatives be like, the government should have less control. The government shouldn't be telling people what to do. But conveniently, they want government to tell people, I'm not saying all conservatives, but like ultra conservative, like ideals. Like, all right, the government should not tell us what to do, but they should tell you not to get married if you're gay. You shouldn't do that. And the government should tell us what to do, unless it comes down to drinking on Sundays or smoking weed, in which case the government should tell you can't do that. And like liberals, it's like, okay, it's like, people should be able, freedom of ideals. It's like, unless it's apparently, smoking flavored vapes or unless it's gambling. And then you shouldn't have the freedom to choose and have ideals.
Honestly,
it's like,
I think the vape thing's probably more bipartisan. I don't hear a lot of like Republican pundits fucking like talking about like, oh, we need to stick up for the vapors. I don't hear anybody saying that. So.
No, but again, it just comes down to we need less fucking laws, because eventually it's going to come back to bite you. Whatever you believe in, eventually, like when you are just convinced of like, we need to just make laws to stop people doing what we think they shouldn't do. It's like from either side of the aisle.
Whenever we've tried to put any kind of prohibition on anything, it's never worked.
Yeah.
It just causes a whole black market for an item that now it's either going to be used to either over police maybe a group of people, or it's by, fucking criminals fucking smuggling these things to your kids. So it's just like, what do you want?
Well,
do you want 7-Eleven to give it to your kid, or where it's regulated perhaps by the government, or do you want people to make it in their fucking basement? And it's just I don't.
So there's a book written by like a New York attorney, and I can't remember exactly the number. It's something like the 5 felony rule or the 13 felony rule, something like that. But basically, it's a breakdown of saying that like the average person commits like however many felonies a day. And the whole purpose behind this is that it was saying like it was trying to present the idea of like, look, if a federal prosecutor wanted to follow you around and put your ass in jail, he will 100% put your ass in jail, because it's twofold. One, that there's way too many laws. Yeah, way too many laws.
If they want to get you, they gonna get you.
And the other thing is, there's a saying. It says a good federal prosecutor could prosecute a sandwich. Basically, like, there is 100% something you, the person who thinks they don't do anything wrong, does, if not every day, almost every day, that they could put you behind prison with a felony.
Like, so I'm like, before this man drove through that barricade and killed those 37 police officers, he ate a ham sandwich.
Pearl clutches!
And the sandwich will be in the courtroom going...
Yeah, it's sweating, the ham bologna's sweating. Yeah, so I'm like this. I've always said, like, less laws, less rules. I'm like, people say that they want that, as long as you're not affecting me, it shouldn't. I'm like, yeah, but do you really believe that? It's like, fucking show it then by just, stop voting for dumbass laws to come into place. It's just crazy.
It's like kind of what I was talking about, like, for the company I work for. It's like, I feel it's like, hey, just because it's like we haven't made changes in a while. There's no, I feel like we're making changes to something for no reason. It's just like, we gotta justify our job, guys. It's like, look, maybe you don't just vote in a law every fucking time.
Yeah.
And look, certain things I get having to be in place, but the thing I hate about it's just like innately fucking like convoluted. Like, what are you all talking about? Even the prop commercials, none of them tell you what it actually is.
No, you even read the props.
It just tells
and I'm like, what?
Like,
wait, what is this for?
It like the last domino in this long domino effect.
Yeah.
That's going to happen because of this prop.
Well,
like the whole thing with the online gambling was the Indian reservation in their fucking casino. Native American.
See, that for me was the one point where I was like, I get this. Yeah. Which is like, the Native Americans have been fucked so hard, right, over time. But if your reservation has a casino, they're probably killing it, right? They're probably killing it. And every Native American on the reservation, typically, if I'm not mistaken, gets a percentage of the profits from that casino. So it's massively important. And you know what people are going to do if they don't have to go? Well, actually, technically, if online gambling was legal in California, all you would do is fucking, we can do like app roulette or like sports betting?
I think that if online gambling will cause more people to go to the casino.
That's possible because people are going to get kind of hooked and like, ooh, I want to,
It makes gambling more accessible.
Yeah.
So then now you're fucking into gambling. So you might not be apt to go to the fucking casino, but now you will.
Yeah, it's true. It's like you got a taste for it. No, I can understand that point of view. And again, it's just fucking sports betting.
That's why there's something else to that too. There has to be. Because, like I said, when I think about it, I'm just thinking, it's like they're going to be taking our money. Because I'm like, I don't think so. I really don't. I think people are going to go to the fucking casino are going to go to casino. People talk about that shit all the time.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, like, I'm a lazy gambler and cheap. Every once a couple times a year, I'll bet on a sporting event. There is no chance that and I can do it now. I know every person I know interested in gambling right now can gamble. They all have bookies. Every single person I know who's interested, it is not hard to find a bookie. It's probably the same. And again, I had never been the person looking for the person selling weed, but I imagine for you, it was never difficult to find the person to sell the weed. Is this true?
To sell that
before it was legal. I'm saying if you wanted weed, it was not hard for you to find weed.
Not necessarily. No.
I don't know this. I'm asking.
No, I don't think it depends on your situation. I mean, I think if you really want to, you could probably, somebody has a friend that could probably get it. But you'd put yourself in a lot of weird situations. Like you'd spend all day trying to get this bag of weed, and at the end of it, you'd never get it. Like weird shit.
I guess that's true. It's different than like online gambling where I get it. I'm like,
you'd be like, yeah, we're gonna go over there and get it, and then we go to the house and be like, oh yeah, well he said he's not gonna be here till 5, but we're just gonna wait. And then, like, an hour before the guy shows up, be like, you know what? He's not really cool with other people being here. So can you, like, just kind of, like, go hide in the woods or something like that? What is that?
Should he not eat that? It's a dog toy. Oh, good boy. Ooh. Sit. Do you want it?
Just a dog.
Do you want it? Do you want it? Speak. Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Speak. Speak. Speak.
What the fuck are you doing? Trying to do a fucking podcast over here, Ryan.
Sorry. I gotta take a peek.
You're gonna piss? Motherfucker, you're gonna leave me here alone? Oh my god, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I can't take it. Anyways. Yeah. So, shit's been awful. Awfully great. That's right. Yeah. See what I did there?
How fast was that, huh? Obviously did not wash my hands. But, I'm going to bring this up. I was just thinking about this.
Yeah, you're going to put your fingers all over my stuff.
You see...
Ugh. We're going to talk about your poop fingers. Your poop fingers. Now there's pee-pee all over them. Ain't nobody like that.
No, so this is... I was just thinking about this when I was peeing right now. I'm like,
doorknobs
if a girl who doesn't know how a man pees, right? I mean, I'm sure she could picture a general idea of how it goes. But, like, if you were to ask her, like, what's the penis hand placement for peeing? What is it? Do you grab the whole wiener, whole hand, wrap around, all fingers wrapped around? Like you're holding on to like a shifter?
You take your thumb. You take your index finger and your middle finger.
You use middle finger. That much control?
You don't have to. I'm just saying, if this is what I'm going to tell somebody.
Okay.
Like, you can fucking change it a little bit if it feels more comfortable. And then you grab by the tip of the penis. You don't hold it by the tip of the penis.
Base of the penis. The base of the tip.
Kind of like in the...
If you have a normal penis, proper circumcised penis, you at the ridge.
You might place your finger there, and then you have to roll it down.
Oh Jesus!
And then
Don't be. This is
and
vulgar.
then you get
this
that-
is a rated
and when
R
you roll it
podcast.
down-
Please don't do that.
and then you like, what's that smell? It's like, ew, God, it smells disgusting.
Is that Parmesan?
And then we talked about it on a previous podcast. Cut it off. Jesus don't like it. He don't like it. He got that piece of skin
that's
there.
the past quality control.
Jesus don't like it.
But yeah, so I'm assuming most people think wash your hands. I'm like, you know what? If I took a piss, I would not need to wash my hands. I would just need to wash the tip of my thumb and index finger. That is the extent of what is touching my penis. The tip
but you probably
of 2 fingers. What is the point? I'm washing my whole hands. They should just have a little alcohol pad that I just
So we're
touch.
just look, people washing hands, it's just because you can't trust nobody. That's why you gotta wash your hands, people. Because you can't even trust your fucking self. What if a pee just dropped in the toilet and splashes back and goes boop on your fingernail? You don't really feel it because it's on your fingernail.
Isn't urine sterile?
Just stop.
Why are we worried about urine? Urine's not the
It's
problem
pee.
here.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah,
I know
but
it's everywhere.
Is there any other
Honestly,
than smell? Is there
it's-
literally any?
it's
Like
just like
I don't know.
everything else.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
We're just fucking
honestly.
lying to ourselves all the fucking time because you know what? I mean, there's just everybody's farting and those poop particles are going in the air and you're breathing.
Again,
them
you
in,
think about this.
and you're just
Everyone poops, dude.
yeah.
Everyone poops. I think it was like no matter how sweet and nice, they also squeeze their eyes and just diarrhea blast a toilet.
And just think, if it
They all
wasn't
do
for
it.
shit, none of you would be here. Let that sink in.
It's not sinking at all. You know what's funny? I was no, that's not funny. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Pour myself a glass of whiskey. More whiskey.
So I've been smoking weed. Forgot we're doing podcasts.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. You think we're still 11? Do you think we have a hamburger yet? We've made enough for a hamburger yet? We might be close. We were not that far away.
I don't know. Let's see that.
Look at that
Let's
shit,
do
son.
it live.
Whoa!
It's live, guys.
Yeah!
Whoa! All right. What's behind door number 3? All right. Let's check it out on Spreaker.
You know what I did today? I got new tires on my truck. That to me is one of the any work that has to be done to a vehicle, or to like what do we do? What happened recently? Oh, a new battery for also my truck. That is one of the least satisfying purchases I can think of. Almost every time I buy a
know.
thing, especially a thing that costs hundreds of dollars, which it is for a fucking big truck,
Yeah.
there's some measure of satisfaction, right? Like, ooh, that looks good, at least. It looks new. So the tires can fall into that category.
We have $5.43, motherfucker!
And can we take the money out yet? How much money do we need to take out?
No, don't you got to pay like $10 a month for this?
Oh, I'm way in the red.
We're in the negative.
$7.99 is what I pay for this.
But yeah, that's actually, dude. I mean,
Are we?
you know,
Do we have enough to pull out? You need to have a certain amount.
minimum threshold is $10.
Damn! 14 more podcasts, bitch! 50 more podcasts.
You should start receiving payments once your balance goes over the threshold, y'all. So if we can get $5 more. So I think we need, how many listens do we have? I think we got like, let's check this shit out. Let's check it out, y'all. And this is because of you all. We just want to take a moment to thank our fans.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you for one,
We love
doing
you.
as we ask and sharing it with your friends.
We think you guys
family,
are so
enemies.
fucking great.
You know, if it wasn't for your constant
Tell 'em,
support,
Ryan,
your
yeah.
undying loyalty, and your immense willingness to, you know,
You're just
share
the
us
sweetest
with
people ever.
everyone you could think of. Thank you.
We love you
for
so
wearing
much.
shirts with our logo. Thank you.
Thank you.
For putting our sticker on your
That we sent to
hydro
you.
flask. You know, thank you for
Yes,
putting us on
that I gave you.
repeat on your, you know, iTunes or Spotify to increase those number of views. Those selfless actions
Yeah.
has what led to us to having
It's
half
what
the amount of money
real friendship
necessary
is.
to buy one meal with a small drink and french fry. Thank you.
It's what real friendship is,
Yeah.
okay?
We will never
So,
forget this 13. 11.
Maybe
Are we
take a
11? I think it's
moment
still
and
late
think
11.
about what kind of friend you are.
Yeah.
Are you even a friend?
Commit.
Let that sink in. Okay, let's see how many fucking total downloads. How do you see that? See more.
I don't know.
Hold it. 713,
Hey!
motherfucker.
That's pretty good. It's more than you got, bitch.
That's all the motherfucking downloads from all your podcasts put together.
I didn't do a lot before us.
No.
I only had like 5 or 6 or something like that.
But that's pretty cool. See, look, man. Hey, October 27th, bro. Look, we had a little speak.
Little spike, dude.
3
Must have hit
downloads in one day.
Is that viral? That's viral, right?
3?
3 downloads in a day?
I think viral's 4.
Oh, fuck.
I think you got
Maybe this
4.
one. Maybe this is not one I think I'm going to share with my
And again, this is because of you. And you're just great.
See, I'm
And
always
we
like,
love you so much.
what's the topic of a podcast that gets more traction? Is it one based around poop, sex, and politics? Or is it one based around us trying to be introspective
Do we
about our
really
own
even
personal
talk
problems?
about sex? I feel like
No.
we don't even...
No, we don't.
We
don't.
We're too uptight to be that fucking vulnerable with one another.
Well,
or
it's also because we have people in our
we don't
lives.
kiss and tell, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'll say we also have people in our lives who like, what are we like? We're airing partially their dirty laundry. You know, we're not getting.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
true.
just
And we don't do that.
we just self-deprecate. We don't.
We just
What's
self-defecate.
what's?
I like being self-defecating.
Oh, Skipper's here, by the way. That's what we were playing with earlier. I can't believe normally if I get a toy for him, he gets so excited. You think that's one of Cleve's little toys?
I don't know where that fucking toy come from, and I'm just amazed that dog found a toy. Must have got the toy from under the bed.
He has. He's been.
That's probably something you brought over.
I've never seen.
I haven't
it
had a
before.
dog over here in a long time.
It wouldn't have been that long. You
Well,
had
it
a
could be-
fucking pit bull here like a year
Could be-
ago.
oh,
How's that dog
she just
doing?
she just had surgery.
For what?
Uterus problems.
Uterus problems? That sounds expensive.
Dottie Yachty, oh, she was so cute.
She was sweet. She was stinky,
Oh,
but
she
she
had
was
the
sweet.
big old face.
Yeah, very lovey.
If you folks, if you like puppies, write us here, Lost at Will. We love puppies too. And if you want to talk about puppies, we love talking about puppies.
Hey!
And if you're lucky, we might talk about you and your puppy live on Lost at Will. Show.
Yeah, especially if there was some sort of like traumatic experience, biting a child. No?
No, just happiness.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
be like,
happy.
I just want to hear how great your puppy is, how cute your puppy is.
Especially if you've ever sexually, been involved with
Dude,
your puppy. That's
what the
particularly
motherfuck?
juicy. I'm telling you,
No.
that is what gets traction.
No.
That's what goes
Why you
4
gotta
download
fucking-
viral.
It doesn't always have to. It just I'm talking about just cool puppies doing cool stuff.
Look, this is a really quick
Run
side topic, and
around.
I'm almost certain we've talked about this before, but I just want to bring this up one more time. This is a conversation that I had with Jamie and my family, but it started with Jamie because what did we say? It was along the same
You don't even know what the fuck
conversations
to talk about.
of creating human-animal hybrids.
That's how we started this whole goddamn show.
I know, so we're full circle.
Full circle. That means we're gonna end it soon.
Yep, and so so we talked about. I was like, well, people. I think the concern is, there's a lot of concerns. But then, what if people start having, sex with the animals? And what if that's, I think that's what freaks people out.
Already are.
And so I asked Jamie, I'm like, well, what? I'm like, I really don't understand, like, having sex with an animal. Like, if
That's
the
good.
animal, I understand the position of consent, right? That's a hard, thing to get by in terms of like justifying. How do you say yes? My dog consented to sex with me,
I
unless
think you
your
just
dog's
ask
fucking
yourself-
you.
Would you appreciate it if your dog penetrated you?
But that's
Would
no.
you appreciate it?
No,
Okay,
I
same
wouldn't.
for the
But
dog.
there's I cannot say my personal taste is a reflection of how the whole world should feel. I'm saying
It's probably close.
how if you were to judge, what made this sexual interaction okay? Consent. Well, if the dog fucks the owner, the dog is boning the owner. What is wrong? The dog is making this choice.
You never
right?
heard of marital rape and shit like that?
No, the dog is boning the owner, or the donkey is fucking the lady, and she loves it, and the donkey's doing it to her. Where is the negative side of that?
Because people get really hurt. And
That's her choice.
They're forcing the donkey into it. It's just
That's
like,
not necessarily
okay,
true.
If you take a 14-year-old boy with a woman that's 35 years old, and the 14-year-old boy is just happier than a pig in shit, it's still wrong. Still wrong.
Says who?
You're in a position of power, and
that's not true.
Right.
If let's just say
You're a human, they're an animal.
no. Let's just say this. If the man was
Ryan,
just, no, listen. If he or
I see
she,
you.
let's just say they had a
That's why Skipper acts so fucking weird around you.
All I'm saying is that, like, this is one of those things. I remember Jamie being like, "That's unnatural." I'm like, there's a lot of things that people thought that homosexuality was unnatural at one point, and then look at where we've come.
Don't do that. Do not go to bestiality to homosexuality.
I'm just no. All I'm
it's not a
saying
good look.
is that if it gets to a point where, like, if this, what well, I'm trying to think of, like a horse. No, the horse is too extreme. Let's just say a sheep. If the sheep wants to, it's just a very horny sheep. You've seen dogs hump their owner's legs, right? That's a thing. Dogs hump their owner's leg. So if you had a kid in class and he just kept running up and jerking off on his teacher, that's weird. But what if the teacher liked it?
I think that's like, you're making my point. It's not
What do you
cool.
mean?
The teacher likes it.
Yeah,
it's not good.
The teacher's not doing anything about it.
So you think that's okay?
I'm just saying, what if the teacher
To
just
allow
sits there?
that to happen, be like, well, the kid's having a good time, and he's having a good time too.
I'm just trying to
So
be
that makes it
open-minded.
okay?
I'm trying to be open-minded.
That's not open-minded, bro. And you go to church?
I'm trying to be progressive here. I think you're being very close-minded. That's all I'm
taking a pot stopper off of this shit. Mm-hmm. What the fuck, Ryan?
all I'm saying, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to be.
It's simple.
No,
It's simple.
no. Are you telling me that in 100 years there might be, or not even 140 years, our kids might look back at us and be like, wait. You thought it was gross and weird to fuck a dog?
I'm just saying.
You
so
thought
you could
that?
be like,
So
okay, this
I'm like, they're like,
chimpanzee has the intellectual capacity of a 3-year-old, right? So do you think it's okay if like, as long as the 3-year-old's having fun and you're having fun, you're saying that's okay?
Well, let me ask you this. What if a 35-year-old special needs person who had the mental capacity of a 4-year-old, was fucking, a 50-year-old man?
That's different.
Should that be illegal?
Because at that point,
Because
you
of
have no other
this
choice.
age, that means
You have-
fucking nothing. My dogs.
You have no other choice to get the puss, and you have to get the puss. So, yeah.
So it's just an age thing. It's a numbers thing, not a mental capacity thing. What if my dog or what if my cat?
I think
can
I
solve
think we all
riddles.
we all have lines and borders drawn for this type of thing for ourselves.
Those lines have moved
I
many
think
times.
for you, perhaps, especially getting into the out of the human being territory, you're a little more exploratory. And I commend you
No,
for
I'm
it.
just trying to be
You're
interesting.
So pretty. Ryan likes fucking animals, y'all, or at least considered it.
I know.
Thought about
I
this.
am just willing.
He's like,
to...
well, I obviously thought about how I'd physically do it. But what I want to know. That was funny.
I'm just again. Actually, where that conversation came up is Jamie was talking about how.
Don't put it on Jamie.
No, I'm going to slightly kind of sort of got it a little bit. She had mentioned, I guess, what was it one of her work meetings or something like that? Somehow something came up about child molesters.
Oh, okay.
And it was like in the idea around, can you really blame them? Think about it.
But like, no, they just can't help it. It doesn't matter. So if somebody, you could do that with anything. If somebody kills people and he just can't help it because he was born with this mental disability and he was abused as a child, doesn't make it okay either.
No, it doesn't. What I'm saying, because I heard what she said. It was more detailed than that. But like, I was like, you know what? If you're sexually attracted to children, right? If you're sexually attracted to children and you don't do anything about it, I just feel bad for you. That's just rough. As soon as you act upon those desires, unfortunately for you,
there's a lot of people.
You
that
live in
do
a
it.
world where that is
I've
not
known
okay.
So many grown ass people that are just like really into like young ass looking women and shit, like little girls looking.
Yeah, and so my whole thing is,
What
I'm
is
like,
up with that, y'all? Don't do that,
dude.
Like,
No,
I feel like I've gotten older, and like I feel like I'm attracted to like women my age.
Yeah,
like,
but that's just it. Like, so who was I just talking
and
about?
it's like I feel like I'm less attracted to the 18-year-olds. You see them, it's like it's like right that grows as you grow, right?
Yes. But what I'm saying is, like, you have some people who are attracted to versions of people that make no sense, right? Like, I played softball with a guy. We brought this up recently, me and...
But there's a difference between variety and just, like, preference. You see people, that's like...
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. No, what if you, like, this huge fat chick, right? Huge, moo-moos. Some little men are super, super into that. Why? I don't know.
People are into shit.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, there are people who are incredibly, like, obsessively attracted to children, and they're stuck in that mindset. I'm like, you were just born with an obsession for a thing that you cannot be a part of this society as long as you don't act on it.
And I don't want to sit here and fucking like act like these motherfuckers. It's like, you know what? Yeah, sorry, bro, but. Fuck you, bro.
No, that's what
We're lighting your ass on fire.
Well, that's what I'm saying is if you can never act on that ever. It'd be the same person. Like if you have murderous thoughts, as long as you never ever act on those thoughts, you can live in this society. But as soon as you fucking do something about that,
even if you fuck sheep, you're just as bad because that sheep. What's it? The 3-year-old sheep. What's that like in human years? That's like a fucking 0-year-old, bro. You're fucking. You see what I'm saying?
No, what if sheep are like dogs? What if sheep, by the time they're 5 years old, have are equivalent to a 60-year-old? Then you're in the seniors.
Whatever, man.
Senior
I'm just
sheep.
saying it's wrong.
Yeah, of course it is. But that's what I'm saying. It's wrong because we think it's wrong. We've made it wrong.
Yeah.
Because there was a time in history where a bunch of weird shit.
I guess it's just like whenever your body is ready to reproduce is the proper time. I mean, honestly, that's what
probably in terms of like nature. You know?
I mean. That's why that's happening.
All I'm saying is that we should be more sympathetic for people who want to get boned by their horse. That's the whole point.
No, you're saying be more sympathetic to pedophiles and shit.
No!
That's exactly what you just said.
No, there's a difference. No, I said I'm just saying there's like a mental thought thing.
This just got fucking... At the end, Rob,
I'm not saying...
What are you doing? I'm going to cut this shit out.
No, I'm not saying you should be.
I'm cutting this out.
Okay.
I'm cutting this out. You better say something else because we're not ending on that. You better pull yourself out of this weird fucking. You hear this shit, Jamie? Is this the type of shit he talks about?
No, it's a mental. It's a mental, or it's a little. It's a mind. Not what am I? It's like a thought experiment. It's a thought experiment. It's an interesting idea.
It's not an interesting idea. I get it. I get it right off the get go. Okay.
Yeah.
What's so interesting about it? I get what you're saying. You're like, well, people can't help it. Tough shit.
Exactly. That's what I agree.
Because
tough shit.
Day,
you can't live amongst these people.
If you're not good for the society,
yes.
It's time to get the
I agree with you, but I'm just saying. I'm like, some people it's like it's too bad you're born with that mentality. But I'm like, you can't fucking do anything about it. You bury that shit real deep, and don't you ever let it come out.
It's an issue of consent and power.
No, because even if it's consent, we talked about this. If there's someone who consents,
over somebody else, just like you have power over the sheep. Okay, we gotta stop talking about this.
He's never gone up there before. Nice, huh? Sit down. Sit.
You're a pee dripper, are you?
Good boy, buddy. Good boy. You're just sitting on Kyle's bed. We've moved the podcast room. It used to be in a room specifically designed for podcasting, and now we're just in your bed. Why are you not in that room? What's in that room now?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
This must take up more space than whatever's in that room. It has to.
Eventually, we'll be in there.
We were in there.
Well, eventually it'll get back in there.
Okay, we'll talk about this off air.
Okay, so, just want to say some positive things. Ryan,
Thanksgiving.
I really appreciate you.
I love you. I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you as well. I'm thankful I'm going to Cracker Barrel. And I live in California. That's right. Camarillo.
That's a rare find.
That's a thing. And they better have rocking chairs outside and shit. And they better have that little fucking stick peg game where you got to jump over the other stick pegs. Anyways, they better have that. And what are you grateful for?
I am thankful for your friendship your humor, your willingness to entertain me and demean me and also call me out. I am thankful for my wonderful wife who supports me and deals with my short-temperedness sometimes. And thankful for my dog. He provides me much stress. Oh, he pulled a squeaker out of the thing.
How dare you Don't you dare short temper your little special lady.
No,
don't you
she's
dare.
my angel.
Don't
my
you
angel.
dare.
She's
She's
the light of my life. And I'm thankful for my family for giving me just immense amounts of love and stress. Immense amount of both those things. And my friends. And I can't wait for all the Thanksgiving food. Stuffing, baby.
Thanks.
Stuffing.
Stuffing, dude.
And thank you for the 11 or the 13. Hopefully we're at 13 now.
13?
11?
I don't know, we got $5. Pretty soon. 7 more years, baby. We're going to get that cheeseburger.
Yes, son. Love you, bye.
Bye. Yeah, look at that. Hour 20 minutes. I don't think I stopped it.